Okay, welcome back. And now we're going to talk about confidentiality, trust. The first thing to know about this rule is important. You have to think about it all the time. And I think it's important in the profession also. Trust and confidentiality. Some are deaf, some are hearing, and suppose you get a hearing person and they haven't used an interpreting service before. Just imagine what that would feel like. If all your life, whether it was pretty or bad, or you're happy, or usually it's just your family and friends. But if you have a third person in your life, and you have to trust them with your confidential stuff, just imagine how that would feel. It would be hard. I think about it when I'm interpreting, because I want them to trust me. Hearing or deaf, I still feel that confidentiality is very strong, or very important. Even if it's something you might think is small and doesn't matter. Like suppose Bobby knows Susie is taking a class. But maybe she doesn't want him to know that she's taking a class. I don't know. You should always keep that confidentiality. And there's another rule with when you're communicating. Like there's a sentence that just drops off, doesn't really expand. But now I'm going to expand what that means. Meaning that in every situation, it should stay confidential, with the interpreter and the consumer. Some people think some stuff doesn't matter. Some people say always confidential. It really depends on how you interpret it. My opinion is that it does depend, but always think first confidential. Some situations you have to tell the federal, state, because it's a law. You have to tell them. Like if a person wants to kill themselves or child abuse, you have to tell them about that stuff. You don't have a choice, you have to. It's not confidential anymore, you have to tell it's either tell or go to jail or whatever it is. Sharing work information, you can do that, but only when, say, you're teaming with an interpreter or educational teaming. But they're not all the same situations. It all depends. You need to look at each of them separately. So let me think. If I work in a mental health situation, and whoever I work with, I share the information if it's dangerous, or if it looks like that person is getting mad, or the hearing person or the deaf person, whoever it is. if they're acting odd, looks like they're ready to fight somebody, then it's dangerous for me, so I still have to remember to be safe. If the doctor or whoever leaves, I'm gonna leave too. I'm not gonna stay in the room with a crazy person. No thank you. And then another situation where you would have to tell somebody is if you were teaming and something happened, like maybe your partner came in later, or if it was switched and you came in late, you would want to share maybe signs that you set up or concepts to help the communication continue smoothly, so you can give good qualified services. So always inform each other, so that helps. Like some may use signs that are not from the state that you're in, and then now the next interpreter gets here, and you may want to tell them, so it'll be easier, so the deaf person won't be confused and not understanding. I mean, I think it's a good idea, but whatever. If you're going to be writing to somebody, it has to be confidential writing as well. Maybe you can use code. Like before, I would not tell anyone anything. I lived with my parents. And they'd say, "You going to interpret?" I'd say, "Maybe yes, maybe no." They would say, "Okay. Is it not going to be safe?" I would say, "Maybe yes, maybe no. Whatever if I die." But that was back then. I had like a black and white line. So now in a folder I write down the information for my husband, who he doesn't really know a lot about the deaf community. And I say, if I don't call you at this time, then there's a folder and you can call them and ask where I am. And still my husband is very ignorant, but I do keep confidentiality when I'm talking to him too. Another says that you should inform your consumer if you have to tell the federal state about a law that you have to tell them. Maybe if the consumer wants to kill themselves or something, you can say, "I have to tell them. I can't keep this a secret. But I won't tell anybody else. I'll just tell them. And you can go with me if you want. You can see me sign, know what I'm telling them. But it's important that you should let the consumer know." And next we're going to discuss professional something. Thank you.